Hello folks, and this is your host, the Lynx Gamer 07. Today we're going to play a little bit of Transport Fever 2. Nothing too fancy, we're just going to play about an hour of it, see how far we get, and then I will save that game, and if you guys want me to come back to it, I'm more than happy. I've got quite a few games that I plan to do 1 hour Let's Plays of. And see how far we can go with them, and whichever ones get the most views and the most likes, comments, all that kind of stuff, I will turn them into do a let's play series of them, kind of thing. But without further ado, let's get started. I think today we're going to go with free game, always on hard. We are always going to go on hard, and I quite like this map already because we've got 3 lakes, so we can really utilise the boats early on in the game. And then we've got the cities, got a couple of cities between the lakes kind of thing, so we can create a nice little ferry system. Yeah, we can do a ferry system over there, ferry system over there, and then early on and then later on in the game replace them with trains, because once you get to a certain point, there really is no point having the boats, because although the boats can carry large quantities of stuff, the trains can just get there a whole lot faster, and there's literally no point. Straight away, I can already see my first line is going to go from there to there to there to there. Well, potentially the first line. We'll have a look at the terrain. Then we'll have another line running parallel here, and then we'll link them up via either bus or do another mini train service from there to there, kind of thing. Potentially we could loop it, that wouldn't be a bad idea actually. Looping it is a lot better than most gamers would suggest. It means you can have just one track going. There is other methods that you can use, but I wouldn't. This is the method that I go with personally. Let's have a look at this rest of this. We've got a nice assortment of factories, just literally a cluster load of factories there, and a cluster load of factories up there. So it'd be interesting to see what those those factories are. Wow, let's get loading up. Do you know what? I'm in the mood for USA. Custom. Wonder if we could just do all of them. That'd be pretty cool. Asia has some pretty cool stuff early on. Let's go with Asia actually. Tell you what. Okay, that's on hard. Let's get that started. So the other games I'm thinking about doing, we've got House Flipper. We've got... don't know why I keep tightening my teeth like that. We've got House Flipper. It's been a while since I've done these game recordings actually, so just getting back into the vote pretty much. But we've got House Flipper, 3rd time I've said it now. We've got Mount and Blade Bannerlord. We've got a couple other transportation games. We've got a new game. Although the graphics are pretty bad, I find it highly addictive in the form of Retail. What was it? Retail Empire or something like that. It's actually a really fun game. You can design either a clothes shop or a grocery shop, or you can do it like a Marks and Spencer's at Brent Cross kind of shindig, where you have food at the front and then you can have retail elsewhere. Be pretty cool if they added an upstairs and a downstairs, and I'm looking forward to them adding more a variety of different products to the game, which would be pretty cool. You can customize the layout of the storage, and you can customize all of the other kind of stuff. It's a pretty fun game. I was playing it quite a bit yesterday. We've got also Space Engineers, Transroad USA. We've got quite a few games for you guys, and it's looking forward to it. Even got some Rocket League. It's going to be weird going back to keyboard on that because I've been learning how to do it on the PlayStation with the controller. Jesus Christ, like going from a keyboard to a controller on this PlayStation, like my whole life I've played PlayStation and PC. No problems whatsoever. The problems you find is when you play a game on the keyboard and then play the same game on the PlayStation with a controller. Mother of Lord, that was hilarity times 1000 because I'm not a bad player. I'm like Diamond 3 on Rocket League with the keyboard and mouse, but then with the controller I can barely get to like bronze, gold. It's just hilarious. The judgments where you'll jump up for the ball, where you go up into the air and stuff like that. PC have roughly got it there or thereabouts, so I can get it most times, but then with the PlayStation it's like you jump and then you'll be thinking, I've got it, no, I haven't got it, oh, damn it, it's got in the goal. Which is always fun. My wish is they'd add some more vehicles, like rigid trucks, because you've got articulated trucks, but you never have any. Beg pardon. You never have any rigid trucks in games. It's like, where's the love for the rigid trucks? I'm a rigid truck driver by nature. That's my day job, delivering for KFC. It's pretty fun. Get free stuff. Some of the stories this here is absolutely hilarious. You got a couple of. Oh god, my voice is all over the place. Got a bit of a croaky voice because I've got the old COVID. I believe. Shout out to the NHS, by the way, for all the hard work they're doing. I really cannot imagine what it'd be like working for them right now. On a more positive note, well, I suppose there's both a positive and a negative note, but on a more positive note, we're back and into the game now. If the thing will load up. Now, the thing is, usually this loads up quicker. It's just because I've got you guys tagging along. So you guys are a lot to blame for the speed of this loading. I'm just messing with you. Much love to everyone there. Right. Let's have a gander. I love it's like a European layout, but with Asian style names. That's yeah, that doesn't look like an Asian house to me. The architecture style rather. So let's have a look at that loop that we were thinking about doing. Oh, we need money for that. Because we've got to do the tunnel. I mean, we could do it without the tunnel. But that's kind of beautiful there. We can loop it there kind of thing. Bring it around. Or we can also do my other method, which is one train, one line per city. And then you'll have these kind of... Let's pause it because we're just losing money. You have these kind of stations where they're like the main station for everywhere that everyone will go to. So say, for example, we put it in Guangzhou here. This train station will go to there. This train station will go to there. This train station, this city, this there. And you'd have like about 5 cities per thing. You'd have a main centre line there. They'd all go to there. And then from the other side, you'd have all go into one kind of main... I cannot think of the name for it to save my life. And then you'd link them between here and here. So basically, no matter what, they could go to wherever they want to go on 3 different trains. I know in realisticness, that's a bit of a pain in the arse because most people are just like, just get on the train and go. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just easy. Just get on one train, go. But it turns out to be quite cost effective to do it this way. Right, let's have a look at all of the different resources. That is a beautiful resource point right there. Now, I don't know if you guys have experienced this with the game, but there's a bit of a glitch in that if you don't send those steel parts anywhere else on the map, it will constantly have a high demand, no matter what you do. Literally. So all you could have for the whole game is literally dudes just taking the coal and the iron to the steel factory. That's it. You could do that across the map. Just create a template, forward, fast, track, repeat, all that kind of stuff. I do like this. That's exactly the same distance from there as that is. That's a nice distance for the trains to go. Is it on a hill though? Ah, you absolute pain in the nose. We'll call it the nose, shall we? Let's have a look over here. So we've got iron. Where's my coal? Is this hilly? Jesus, this is a one hilly bloody map. You want to try and keep the tracks as level as possible early on. Ooh, we could do a boat service. And then is there coal? Could I keep that level? Train could go around here. It's not level enough. Unless we get another ferry. Sorry, probably people with OCD probably shouting at us, turn the bloody blinking light off. We are a family friendly channel. Ooh, hello. This is all nice and flat. This is a family friendly channel here. We'll have no swearing. On these videos, I might put other videos where there might be a load of swearing, i.e. me trying to play Rocket League. World of Tanks. I tell you what, challenge yourself once in a while. Try and play Rocket League or World of Tanks rather, without swearing at it. I promise you will have an aneurysm, brain aneurysm by the end of it. It is physically impossible. Farms are good. So I'm just trying to see where the best place to start is actually. Most of you probably tuned off by now. You're like, dude, this guy can't even place one thing down. I'll probably put in the description where you can skip to where I finally figure out what the hell I'm doing. I do like that. You want to kind of try and find one where it has enough of a distance where it justifies having a train. Because on hard, if you have a train going from like literally from there to there, you are not going to make a profit. But a train going from there to there or there to there will make you a profit. Later on in the game, you'd have to extend the train line because the trains are so freaking fast. You have to go from here to there. Even though the resources are there, you could either use vehicles for that. But if you want to justify using a train line, then you're going to need to move it further back, even all the way back there, to be honest, because they move so fast. But for the meantime, let's get started with this now. This is vanilla, no mods. I don't use mods, don't like mods. If someone's able to find me a mod that's pretty badass, I will happily use it. Jesus Christ, that's going to use a lot of money. I like how they've changed the new feature now. So you can do curved, or you can just do like Roman style, straight as hell. That's, oh Jesus Christ, that's horrible. There we go. I think we spent a tiny bit less than what it said it was going to spend. Now, We want to get the train on flat surface as possible. So like down there, it's quite nice. Quite nice. Very nice. Bit of Borat for you guys there. N and M to rotate. There we go. Haven't played the game in a while as well. Beautiful. Let's place it there. Is that in range? So basically, the way to work out if it's in range is if you click on it. Let's unselect it. If you click on it, that'll come up as white. If that doesn't come up as white, and you're probably shouting at the monitor going, you know, when you're playing it, not whilst I'm playing it, hopefully, you're shouting at the monitor, why won't you pick up? It's right there. Blah, 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 blah. It is literally right there, but it has to be highlighted in white for it to actually select to pick up the stuff. I learned that the hard way. I spent all this money and played so many different. Then it was just like, what the hell? Why is it not loading? Blah, 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 blah. It's quite nice that you start with 5 million rather. Now we want to keep this as level as possible. So if we put the train track like so. Now, in previous Transport Fever number 1, or no, we'll call it, the buildings would expand, but if you put the train too close to it, it couldn't expand because physically it would need a bigger square each time. However, in Transport Fever does, or Ondoy, Trey, Patch, for the Romanians out there, Biri iki üç dört beş for the Turkish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 for the French. Anyway, I'm just going to stop talking there. It will show you kind of roughly where it will expand to. It's actually pretty cool like that. And all the animations are pretty sexy actually. So, without further ado, let's get this track up running now. It's going to cost a tiny bit of money because this is on a bit of a slope. Do 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 do. Now, as much as I love the soundtrack, I want you guys to tell me what famous tracks that they sound like. Because to me, it's just, I love it when game companies they can't afford the licensing, so they make it sound like famous songs, but it won't exactly sound like it, so they can get away with a copyright. Blah 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 blah. So that's a nice line there. Given the speed that the train will go and the distance early on in game, you don't want it too far because then it just doesn't make any money at all. But you don't want it too close. You get the picture. Now, depending on demand, we might add a passing point somewhere there, halfway in between. Depending on the things that I just said. Depending on demand. That's it. Now let's rotate you. Get you someone that would cost cheap. Right. Hopefully I haven't done that too close to the track. Nope. Perfect. That is a sharp turn. Beautiful. What we'll do is we'll do like so. Put nice little signals there. Just more for aesthetics. I know it costs $6,000, but what the hell. Let's create our first line. So I'm going to start with the Russian Class V Type 1. And we're going to give it gondola. We'll give it 4 gondolas until it goes to port. Yeah, 4 gondolas ways it can handle. And that will carry 28, which is quite a lot. Compared to the European ones, I think they can only carry 4 at a time. And that's going to cost £1 million. Wow. Just £1 million gone like that. Real life, like, could you imagine just spending £1 million just like that? Like, you had, like, say, 5 million in the bank or 3 million in the bank, and then you went and bought a house from £1 million and you just looked at your bank account and you saw that £1 million just gone. Like, psychologically, I don't know, like, it might be the same as when you look at your account, you've got 1,000 in there and you spend £100 and it's gone. But psychologically, knowing that you've just spent £1 million, A, that'd have to be bloody well worth it. And B, Jesus Christ, like, if you had that money to spend, who knows, maybe I'll become that successful as a YouTuber. So we've got the line. Now what I did there was I bought the vehicle, clicked on the vehicle itself, and I create line. If you need to watch back the video to see what I did, but basically what that will do is that will automatically assign that train to that line if there's a path to it. So you don't have to do anything. Now we've got that set up. Let's get the coal being transported over there. Now I'm liking having a depot like so. Boom. And then just a little cargo bus station. Doesn't have to be fancy because we're only dropping off. Later on, if we want to get fancy and create another train line, I'm thinking going over there, something like that, to create goods would be pretty cool. Early on game train stations, about the same distance, so that should work. Let's go with, after all this, I'm really hoping that I don't lose money and this fails. So let's go here with the road station. Let's purchase 8 vehicles. And then just base it on there, basically. And go from there. Alright, that will carry 4. So again, so we want to set line, new line, that truck station to that truck station. You hear that boom? That means all those vehicles have now automatically been signed. Saves you a bit of time, I imagine. Saves you about a couple minutes at a time. So, and that adds up after a while. For those of you who didn't know, oil is very, 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 very lucrative in the game. I think oil is one of the most return per capita for money, to profits, to expenses, depending on if you set the line at the right length. Bread and farm, that looks like a nice route there to do a train. Let's get this up and running with 5 million in the bank and see how that goes. How much do we have out in terms of loan? So the whole, the whole 5 million that we start off with is actually a loan. Interesting. I might add a second train to this. Temptations. So that's going to cost me 13 grand a month. Let's see how long it takes. I love how the station is like 4 times the length of the train. But then when you get the later on, you have to actually extend that because the train is so bloody big. Ideally, you want to try and create a system where, how do I best put this, where it doesn't just take resources from A to B, but it also takes resources from A to B and then B to A. And that's one of the systems I love to do with the fuel and stuff like that. So what you want to try and find is a fuel oil well that's right next to a refinery, so that you can send the train from the oil well to the Jakarta oil refinery, and then when it goes back, it will take that oil back. Potentially you could do it there, and then we could do like a boat to go up there, kind of thing. And that means you're earning profits from both ends of the line. That's why I mentioned about the loop and stuff like that, and passenger trains. Now, passenger trains don't earn you a lot of money, but they do. They do cost a lot. So that's 127,000. Is that train making a profit? Okay, it's making a 6,000 profit. So because it's so flat, we can add some 2 gondolas. Dun, 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 dun. I love this. This track is one of the best in the games. It's so beautiful. Hats off to the guy who created it. Let's create that second track. So I'm in the mood for doing it like this. Just because. And we'll have this going this way and this going this way. We'll see how that goes before adding another shindig to it, shall we say? Let's add 4 more. Like so. There we go. Right, see how much money that makes. Nice, 200,000. Is that making a profit? Yeah, there we go. That's what I like to see. So let's create another one. We had 6 gondolas. Keep an eye on this. Because we're on flat ground, we don't have to worry about it too much. But if you're on like a hilly map, God help you first of all. Second of all, and on hard, God help you again. Then you want to try and keep it to whatever is where mediocre stops. Because mediocre is decent enough. And that's going to cost 1.4 million. So when we put that train on, it's going to go to the right, it should do. Yes, as in this right. Now that train will wait there to give time for this train so that they are literally at each end of the station, and then it evens it out. Now that should do that. Yep, that's going to wait. It'll cost us a tiny bit of money in the beginning, but it's quite nice. I always have it on max speed. I can't do it any other way. I mean, doing it like this normal speed is only for the cinematics, and everything just feels really slow. Yeah, we're already half an hour into our recording. That's not going to make any money whatsoever. That's so cute. Yeah. We could do a proper nice kind of movie style shindig for the vehicles and do a proper one. Now this should stop here at the signal. Just really slam on the brakes. Imagine if you were in a passenger train and it did that. You'd be like, whoa dude, where'd you get your license? Kind of a Dodgems kind of shindig. Dun, 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 dun. I love the music in this game. So that's going to now generate 250,000 for us profit wise, which means we can start paying off the loan and then get ourselves debt free as soon as possible. Are you achieving max speed? Yeah. Right, now that that vehicle's held up that vehicle, they should pass perfectly at the points. Do 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 do. I might have to manually tell this to stop. Or extend out the... yeah, we're going to have to extend out this line. Because it's not far back enough. So let's go a bit further. I did a doo-doo. Let's do it like that. Perfect. Is that just random signal? There we go. Perfect. Got a nice little line there. Oh, I was just in the mood to do it separately. I'll do another one where it's together. So I satiate everyone's desires, because I know the amount of times I'm shouting at the screen when I'm watching a Let's Player. I'm like, you're doing it all wrong. Why are you doing it like that, man? Now the profits will be affected because it was held up a couple times and with just teething issues, basically. I do believe we can get more trucks on that. I mean, is this line making a profit? Yeah, that's making a nice income. So as long as you can satiate any loss by your trains with vehicles, then you should be all good. Let's get 6 more, actually, just because we can. You don't want to have a crazy amount of trucks going at any one time. But because these guys can't carry anything, like literally all they can carry is 4, and this has got like 202, you can afford to have like 50 trucks. But you got to try and make sure that you don't put too many trucks, because you'll think, oh, that's making a lot of money. It's better to have it like that, where it's missing resources. As in, you'll lose, not rather missing resources, but you're losing resources because it's not taking it fast enough, than missing resources because you've got too many trucks, and that's when the service or line becomes unprofitable, because you put too many vehicles on, basically. And some of them will carry full load, some of them will carry nothing. So it's better to have less than what the demand is, so that you can always carry full loads and make a maximum amount of profit out of your lines. Now, in the real world, that would annoy quite a few people, I imagine. Like, you got on a train and it was only taking... There was never enough trains. Well, I suppose that's what the trains do now anyway, but you get the gist. So that should be nicely evenly spread out. And the way we've done it is that the train won't go too far across. Yeah, nice. We'll start getting a profit from those trains now. Takes about 6 months from there to get to there, which works out to be around 13,000 expense per month. 6 times 5 times 13 is 50. 65. So it should be roughly around the £80,000 mark in expenses. Let's see. Well, that's helpful. Well, it's based on a year. So it's a little bit more, actually. So it's around the 90,000. Well, I suppose it's over 12 months, or 3 times 80. Well, 4 times 80 rather, is 160, 320. Oh, freaking hell, maths. I'm bad at maths. This is what happens when you don't do maths in your everyday life. You just forget it. It becomes a forgotten language. You're like, what the hell is trigonometry? I physically remember doing trigonometry at school and advanced maths and all this bloody thing. And I remember getting like A's and B's and all that kind of stuff in my mocks and exams and stuff like that. And then understanding it. And then as soon as you get to real life situations, the only numbers you ever deal with are thousands and the smalls. You never really deal with like freaking trigonometry or the big numbers and stuff like that. I know that's kind of a... Oh, Jesus. I can't think of the words today. It's just this virus is stolen the English language from me. Again, a huge respect to shout out for the NHS staff. They are working their socks off. You know, I wouldn't want to be an NHS worker right now. There was this guy who passed away. He was a retired doctor. Imagine spending your whole life as a doctor fighting illnesses. You perform surgeries, all that kind of stuff. You come back, and then in the space of 3 months, space of the first month of being back, you catch the virus and die. I mean, I knew I'm probably guessing he knew the risks he was taking. But Jesus Christ, that's rough. You know, because doctors earn quite a lot of money, so he's earned his time off. You know, so we're getting a healthy profit. Yeah, around 70,000 profit per year. That's mostly from these guys. Though, when we get to the upgraded trains, we'll get some nice, really nice profits going then. How far are we in? 37 minutes. So we've got 23 minutes left of this Let's Play. Well, let's try, shall we see? We'll call this like pilot episodes. What I might do here is like a fast forward. And then that way you guys get to see the profits being made. And I'll just get the camera angle so that you can see. Yeah, we'll do a fast forward time lapse there. So I will see you guys back in a bit. And the old train transport fever. There we go. You couldn't move the camera as far as I'm aware. It was fixed. But look what you can do now. You can do this. How cool is that? I really want to call this thing Bertie. I don't know why. It's just so cute. Who here? Hands up if you watched Thomas the Tank Engine as a kid. And knowing that there's a game now. If you ever want to go back to the thing, the vehicle selected, just click there. Or enter cockpit is there. And you can actually close that. And oh god, it's not that one. It's horrible. Let's see. Middle mouse button. There we go. Middle mouse button to rotate. As you can see, profits are slowly going up. And we're using trains in 1850. And we're making profit. I mean, how cool is that? And they said it couldn't be done. Let's have a look at like a train line. Now, I want to avoid doing a passenger train line this early on because, like I said, there's hardly any profit to be made. Very hilly over here. Jesus Christ, we're going to have fun with this one. I would love to do a winding kind of track. It's going to be cool. Hello, there we go. Now we've got the Russian tier. We can, where's our train line? Increase the amount of things. Now, I'm not going to replace the vehicle altogether. All I'm going to do is edit, close, and then add. And that way we've now got the train. We've still got all these things. Containers, gondolas. And we can add 2. Oh, wow. So we can add quite a few. I'm just going to leave it at that for the moment. And he's going to go quite a bit faster than his buddy. That's a long train. They have long trains. Now, what speed does he go at? So the other train was going at 46. We're getting up to 50 in this one. Okay, so we'll catch up with the other one pretty soon. They'll have to spend a lot of time waiting at stations. I don't want to get another loan out, but I might do it anyway. Just another million. Just another million. And manage vehicle. We're going to edit this one. Same again. Boom. Bada bing. Done. And goodbye old trains. Hello new ones. Now this one isn't going to make the profit we want it to make. We want to put the camera on this one. There we go. Let's see how much you make, bad boy. Because the thing is, now that we're going faster between points, we'll make the money a lot quicker. We just have to balance out how much coal each train will transport, that we're not taking too much at any one time. So it doesn't give a chance for this to recuperate, as I mentioned before, with the other trains. And still mediocre. So I could potentially add another 2 gondolas. Let's see. How many gondolas could you take? Okay, so you could take another 4 gondolas, making it 12. Beautiful. This is so cute. I love it. It's got no top to it. It's just like, hey dude, I'm in a convertible train. That's crazy. Later renditions did add a cabin to that train. Look at that, 273 already. Beautiful. Earnings will still be down because it's saying that we didn't earn because we spent the money on upgrading the train, so it still takes that into account. So we'll have to give it a while before we start to see the returns on that. I mean, already back up to 500,000. Might add a gondola to each one. I don't know about you. I'd just like to have it in twos. I don't know. I'd like to see the difference that two makes. Two additional carriages rather than just one. I know you're gonna make more funny faster, but I don't know, psychologically, aesthetically wise, I prefer it. Yeah, that's making a nice little tidy amount there. So let's add 2 gondolas. Beautiful. One of them's going to have 10 and one of them's going to have 8 for the moment. Oh god, I'm trying to sit up in my chair. Look at that already. Earnings this year. Beautiful amount. Ooh. Just been made a lovely ham sandwich in a bagel. That looks tasty, not gonna lie. But I'm not gonna eat it until I've finished the recording for an hour. So it's just sat there tormenting me. It looks like an advert, for crying out loud. So you got 273,000 being made. Right, how many? Yeah, you got plenty. We're fine. So you got 273,000 being made from 8 gondolas. Let's see how much 10 gondolas will make us. Maybe have a little nibble of the ham. Nobody's going to know nothing. You didn't hear anything, alright? Oh man, that's such good ham as well. The things we do for recording rather. Right, how much money are you going to make? 341. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is almost 60,000 difference. We'll be making a profit in no time. We've got 440,000 in the bank. I know that means we're going to go into the negative, but let's add. Oh no. Come on. We'll wait until that goes into the station and then we'll get the money from that. And upgrade the El Treno. I mean, look at that. Expenses this year so far, 100,000. But we're about to make 273,000, which is going to put that into the profit. Maybe not. There we go. Let's do it that way. Perfect. So we got this train line that I've set up now is going to be the main profit grinder for everything that we need. So if we need to cancel, or if we've taken too many loans out, or we need to destroy anything because we've made a mistake, this, or if you're playing, you're copying this setup will just churn you over money, and you don't have to worry about ever losing anything. You just need to replace the vehicles from time to time, add more gondolas on, or decrease the amount of gondolas depending on the demand. That's such a good sandwich. Oh my god. I'm sorry guys. I couldn't wait. I had to eat the sandwich. So I'm just really enjoying the sandwich right now. I'm trying to find the time. Oh, 52 minutes. Okay, so we've got 8 minutes left. We've got a beautiful, profitable line set up. We'll add 2 more gondolas onto each, and then I think I'll call it a day there, folks. But this is pretty much sets you up for a really basic line. Do you know what? I'm just going to be really sneaky, and I'm going to add 4 more. Just because I can. I love just seeing the white dot just go and go and go and go. This is earning us a beautiful amount of money, this line. Let's go on this one. It'll be a lot faster than the other one, I imagine. Oh, this next bite's going to have tomato, ham, cucumber and mayonnaise in it. And bagel. Oh. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, that hits the spot. Mm-hmm. I can retire a happy man right now. Right, how is demand doing? That's fine. You want to make sure you try and keep it on that exclamation mark there, because that means that you got too much for what you can take. Now the reason why that's not saying, saying we're not making any profits at the moment, is just because we're upgrading and spending money. Rather loud drink of water there. Gotta love the water. Water's so underrated. Depends where you live, but sometimes the water can be beautiful. Like where we live is very lucky, because above us and below us, the water is horrifically disgusting. It's a grim. It's grim pickings. I mean, look at that. We're already at 400,000 on hard mode in the space of 2 train trips. It's gorgeous. This will just make you money. Yeah, but the water above us and below us, I live in a block of flats. The water above us and below us is pretty horrific, tasting wise. But the water in our flat, I don't know what it is with the pipes or whatever it is. It's gorgeous. Absolutely lush. Proper lush it is. You know, Welsh accent, you know, proper divine. Do you know what I mean? It's godlike. Proper biblically delicious. It is really nice. And then, sorry, just rub it in the face of those who have disgusting tap water. But then you go to other places like Cornwall, and the water is just nasty. Like, I swear, everywhere outside of London, the water is just minerally, and I suppose that's probably how it's supposed to taste, because we've got so many chemicals in the water, and I'm just enjoying the taste of the chemicals, to be honest. And I didn't even realise that I'm probably getting high every time I take a drink of water, but yeah, it is. You get some places that are pretty grim, and then some other places that are proper delicious. Right, look at this straight away. Yeah, making 500,000 a year, basically. It's beautiful. We can start paying off those loans, which will probably be where we carry on from if we do a Let's Play of this. That all depends on you guys. That was a very disappointing bite. There was no ham, no cucumber, no tomato. So I've just gone from like a godlike taste to like just bagel and barely any mayonnaise. Oh man. I can't taste it in my mouth now. I'm crying on the inside. Beautiful. That's what I wanted. So let's go to here. Let's add 2 condolas. 2 condolas. And we're good to go. There we go. So that is the max that the next tier train. So do you remember the first tier train we had could only take 4 gondolas. This one can take 3 times that amount. If you want to go straight in with this one, then by all means. It's a bit boring having to wait around though, I find. I had to save that cherry tomato because it was about to fall out of the bagel onto the plate, so... Well, I mean, when I say save it, I mean eat it. So we can now carry 84 pieces of iron. It's going to be a little bit slower getting up to speed, obviously, because of the extra weight. But let's see how much 12. Yeah, see, we'll see earnings. This hasn't gone into the negative yet. Just has. This is the first time it's gone into negative. And we've played the game for 2 years in game, something like that. No, since 1850. So we played the game for 11 years. And this first time it's gone negative. Probably be someone in the comments going, well, you know, at 3 minutes and 7 seconds you went into negative, and at 60, wait, no, not 62, at 42 minutes and 27 seconds and 0.25758555 microseconds. You went into negative like 300 times. Don't know why he sounds like a hillbilly American. Or 400,000 from that one load there. That is beautiful sight to see. As long as that stays in the 200, we're fine. So that is your basic setup to start off with in Transport Fever 2. It's really nice, really simple, in hard mode as well. Bear in mind this is. You have to be very precise about how much you spend. You want to have at least around about $1 million to $1 million in the bank once you spend everything, just to account for the first few months. Slowly set up a kind of, depending on the distance, like if it was like this, I would then, if the stone, the coal rather, was exactly the same distance from the iron mine, I'd have them like so, overlapping. But yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure. Hope you guys enjoy these 1 hour Let's Tries. Gonna upload these ones. I think I'll upload a load of them all in one go and then just set it to release once a week or something like that, so you guys get a nice 52 videos a year. And then I'll try and add some other videos in the meantime as well, so you get 2 videos a week. Anyway, been an absolute pleasure. Hope to see you guys in the next one. Till next time, folks. It's Charlie Chills. No, not Charlie Chills. The Lynx Gamer. That's my old name, Charlie Chills. Well, I'm known on Steam as Charlie Chills. Anyway, this is Lynx Gamer signing off. Till next time, folks.